Yeah, that independent front suspension helps out quite a bit with the ride quality. Torque! Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a Chevy 3500 LTZ. First and foremost, though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Chevy here in Murray for giving me some time with this truck. This one is available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their inventory in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 6.6 liter V8 diesel known as the Duramax, which is paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, apparently this isn't a true Allison, it's just branded as an Allison is what everyone tells me in the comments. Anyways, horsepower 445, torque 910 pound-feet. Now let's go to the front end of this LTZ. So first off, you guys will notice we've got the cargo lights there at the top, and I'm a huge fan of GM's cargo lights on the Silverado here and then also on the Sierra. I think they just look really good, especially when compared to Fords and Rams, just from an aesthetic perspective. Anyways, notice with the venting there in the center with the chrome trim around it, and then we have our Allison transmission Duramax badge here on the side, and then notice more chrome trim here on the grille, and then you've got that daytime running light that's integrated with the turn signal, and then down below we've got our LED headlight with another daytime running light, and then more chrome trim here in the center with our Z71 logo, and then obviously a Chevrolet stamped there on the front. We've got parking sensors here at the bottom, we've got fog lights and tow hooks as well, and well, there's the front end. Coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 275, 65, 20 in the front and in the rear as well. And then you guys can see here with the wheels themselves, you've got the chrome design on it and, well, 6-spoke wheel. Pretty good looking overall. And then here's a quick look at the front suspension, independent front suspension. Notice we've got the off-road shocks as part of the Z71 package, then also the off-road tires as well. And then here's a quick look at the fender flares. Notice our 3500 HD badge, Z71 badge as well. Got chrome on the door handles. And then if we take a few steps back, here's our full side view. I love the body painted bumper and then how the other white elements all kind of like tie in together. And then we do have this bed step here on the side, which makes accessing, well, the bed easier, hence the name bed step. And then look at the size of these leaf springs. And then also another off-road shock as part of the Z71 package. Now here is our key fob for this truck. So first off, you've got your unlock function, your lock, remote start, and then the drop down for the tailgate. Payload capacity is 3,683 pounds, and then conventional towing capacity is about 20,000 pounds. I'll try to remember to show you guys the sticker later, but well, every single time I say I'm gonna do that, I end up forgetting. Anyways, you guys can see here with the tailgate, this has the multi-pro tailgate setup. So you press the button on the back, and then this whole system opens. Weight limit's 375 pounds if you're stepping onto this. It does have this nice grab handle that helps out. We do have LED lights here, and then we've got all of our plugins because this also has the 5th wheel prep. And then we also have a full power outlet here as well. And it's probably hard to see because of the sunlight, but we've got our cargo light there at the top. And then closing this, just like I've shown in other reviews, first thing, just lock that into place, and then basically you can just pull one arm under here and then you just pick it all the way up, and it's kind of like doing a big bicep curl, and then boom, it's all in. Now finishing things up with the rest of the rear, we've got our Chevy bow tie here in the back, Silverado logo, and then LTZ, and then you guys can see here with the taillights. Notice we've got the bumper step. We've got lots of steps here with this truck, and then of course our giant exhaust tip. It's kind of like a Duramax trait. Parking sensors here on the back, and well, there is the rest of the rear. Here's the door panel in the back. Notice with the padding at the top and then down below, and you see the contrasted stitching. We've got our wood trim, and then here are these seats for the LTZ. So probably hard to see on camera, so we'll zoom in a little bit. You've got perforations here in the leather seats, and then you got the behind the seat storage as well. Then we have under seat storage on top of that. Now we've got this nice grab handle, and that with the side steps makes getting in and out very easy. And then you also notice here with our storage pocket, got a couple cup holders right there, heated seats, got our USB ports, vents, and then we have our cup holder armrest, and let's head to the front. Now here's the front door panel. You guys can see again with all of the padding, it's identical to the rear. We do have memory seats with this, and then notice with our window controls, front two are automatic. And then notice here, we've got this little button which extends the mirrors. So that's supposed to help out with towing, so you have a better viewpoint. And the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring, and they also do power fold in. Now here are the front seats again. You've got the same design here with the perforated leather in the center portion, and then all of your power adjustments there on the side. And before I forget, there's the payload sticker and the tire pressure sticker. And then here's the towing capacity sticker. Let's get a better viewpoint on that. There you go, freeze the frame if you want to read all of those weights. Now, you guys can see pedal layout right there, and then we've got a parking brake here, light controls, that's for the fog lights, cargo light, our drive line select. This has 4-wheel auto, 2-wheel high, 4-wheel high, and 4-wheel low. And then notice we got a trailer tow mode on the one side, and then we got the rest of the drive modes on the other side. Let's pop in. Now here's the steering wheel for the 3500 LTZ. You can see nice padding all around. We got our Chevy bow tie there in the center, darker stitching here off to the side. We've got our voice command phone controls, controls for the center stack. Radio controls are on the back of the steering wheel. And then over here we've got controls for like the heated steering wheel. This does have cruise control, windshield wiper, turn signal stock, and then we have our shifter for that 10-speed automatic. It does have the manual shift function. And, well, also it's a column shifter, so it's a real shifter. There you go. Here's the gauge cluster. So you've got analog gauges on either side, and then you have that big screen there in the center. And then notice how the one gauge changes when I put it in the tow haul mode. Right there, which is pretty cool. And then the other drive modes is, well, normal and off-road. So you're either on-road or you're off-road with this truck. Here's the center infotainment system. So first off, we're gonna pop it into reverse. You guys will notice we have the backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. We also have this bird's eye view because it says a full 360 camera system, which I feel like has made the Silverado pretty famous and pretty popular with truck buyers, because like literally every single angle on the truck is covered. So yeah, really solid camera system overall. And moving from that to the rest of the infotainment system, it is a touchscreen. Response time's great. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And you notice we've got like this little kind of shortcut bar here at the bottom of the screen, but then we also have shortcut buttons down below, and then stuff for like the radio, like the volume control, for example. That's all. So we've got analog controls for the climate system. This does have a dual zone climate system. We also have heated and cooled seats here for the front. It's easier to see on the passenger side, frankly. Diesel exhaust brake, and then what you guys probably can't see here very well, lane departure, parking sensors, tailgate drop down, hazard lights, stability control. That's for the outlets. That's your hill descent control. And then this is to pop out the side steps if you want. And then we've got our power outlet situation here. Trailer brake controls. We have a wireless phone charger. And we got a couple cup holders here. And we have our phone holder here on the top of the center console, some nice leather trim. Tons of storage space, some USBs there as well. And then we have our dual glove box. Notice with the stitching here on the outside. And then we have the camera mirror. Definitely cool. And then we have a regular sunroof, power setting rear window as well. That's all. Now here's our window sticker for this 3500. You guys can see 3-year 36,000 mile on the bumper to bumper, and then 5-year 100,000 mile on the powertrain warranty, and then quite a bit of standard equipment. Here's the base price, $58,800. And then you guys can see, well, it's kind of hard for me to see now because of sunlight, all of the options this one has, including the Z71 package, LT Convenience 2, all that, yada, yada, yada. Pretty much fully loaded, $82,365 is the total MSRP on this truck. Let's drive it. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Also notice we got the heads-up display. Both of the mirrors, which like I said, do a blind spot. And then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So setting off here in the 3500. And first off, this truck's pretty big. Definitely a little bit of a task maneuvering this through a parking lot. And also, let me know what you guys think about those red wheels. And those red wheels, just curious. Just let me know what you guys think about those. But setting off in the truck, something that's cool about the new GM trucks is that they have independent front suspension. Still have a solid rear axle, but the independent front suspension actually helps out with the turning radius quite a bit, and the handling and the ride quality. This is, you know, by far the smoothest riding HD I would say that, well, it depends. So a Ram 2500 with the coil suspension in the back end rides very smooth. The next I would say would be like the Ford, and that's behind this, because this is still, even though this has leaf springs, this with leaf springs rides smoother than a Ram with the multi-link. But aside from that, it's easy to drive. Seat comfort's pretty good. Something that people will comment down below, I've noticed, is that the GM seats are really hard, and I understand that. They are definitely like firmer. So I guess it just depends. If you need a really soft seat, then I can understand that. But like for me, being 25 years old, I don't care. They feel fine to me. And the air conditioned seat function also definitely coming in clutch here with this truck. Visibility is great with this truck. That Tacoma is freaking, they were driving so, and then they just slow down as soon as they come. That was interesting. They were just like flying. They were absolutely flying. I love the Duramax, just so much torque. And this 10 speed's really smooth. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do sun visor, guys. But yeah, it's just really smooth with the transitions. Like just boom, 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 boom. Something you definitely don't get with the Cummins. And you have two different transmissions with the Ram. You've got the Ison and then the 68 RFE. Both of them are 6 speeds. Yeah, they just don't have this same smooth transition. Okay, so we're going across the train tracks. I'll be blinded for a second just for you guys. Yeah, that independent front suspension helps out quite a bit with the ride quality. Torque! This is the thing that's fun about these V8 diesels is they've got so much torque, and then they also have so much horsepower, and so it just scoots. Now, the one thing I do like about the Duramax over Ford's Power Stroke is the fact that this actually puts down the power. Now, the Power Stroke's fun because, well, it has so much torque that it just roasts the rear tires, but that is also a downside because you kind of spin for a second before you go. This just puts it down and just moves. I also think that the independent front suspension helps out a bit with helping the truck stay nice and planted, because again, Ford still uses a solid front axle. Anyways, let's sum things up here at the Chevy 3500. I think the truck looks great. I love the body painted bumpers. I think that definitely helps out quite a bit. There's like a blackout package you can get with the Silverado, which I think is really cool in terms of just aesthetics. This though with the chrome, you know, it's got that classic, you know, luxury truck appearance. And then interior, obviously this doesn't have the updates that the half ton has. So I guess that since they're both GM products, I can say this, I will be excited when this has the half ton interior, because this definitely is, you know, starting to show its age a bit at this point. And then from a driving perspective, it's definitely the smoothest riding HD on the market. And again, that's because of the independent front suspension. Now, some people are going to comment on the durability of that. Well, I'm not towing with the truck, so I can't tell you, but that's something I've also seen people comment quite a bit with having independent front suspension with a heavy duty, but you don't get death wobble if you don't have a solid front axle. There is that. So overall, still think it's a great truck. It'll be exciting to see this with the new interior, and apparently they're gonna beef up the powertrain quite a bit, which if you want to see a video on that, go watch my second channel, The Ben Hardy Show, where I talk about it. That's gonna sum things up for a video on this 3500 LTZ. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Chevy here in Murray for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see ya.